I know folks are coming in as I'm talking, but I want to be timely. So everything I'm saying, I will also throw into the chat as well. So students or parents, folks watching these presentations, your camera and microphone are off. The panelists can't see or hear you. So if you would like to ask them a question during this 45-minute section, please use the Q&A button that's either at the top or bottom of your screen. And you can see a little picture of it there. It might look like that or little bubbles, conversation bubbles. You can sign up for more sessions. We have some more today and we have some more on Saturday. And a recording of this will be available at strivescan.com/Cristo Rey. I will put all of that into the chat. We're going to get started here with a short little video in this session, and then we will be kicking it off with Eastern Michigan University. So one moment, please. I just realized that sometimes it doesn't have sound if I do a video and I'm just like, oh no. So give me 1 second while I just double check. I'm going to stop my video real quick. Share sound. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to the Cristo Rey Network Virtual College Fair. We're glad that you're here, and we congratulate you and your families for taking this next step in your college journey. With over 25,000 alumni nationwide from 39 schools in 24 states and almost 13,000 students currently in Cristo Rey high schools, we're glad that we have over 5,000 juniors and seniors who are joining us for this virtual college fair this year. We're joined by nearly 100 college partners who are invested in your future, some of which have been partnering with us for over 15 years. You'll have the opportunity to connect with dozens of colleges and partake in one of 2 financial aid one-on-one sessions. One will be in Spanish and one in English. And since all these sessions will be recorded, don't worry if you miss something, because we'll put them out on YouTube after the fair. And don't forget about the Ask Me Anything open forum at 7 p.m. Central on Thursday and 3 p.m. Central on Saturday. This is your prime opportunity to ask college admissions representatives anything. We want you to leave this fair confident and empowered to start your college journey. Thank you for all of your commitment to the classes of 2023 and 2024, to our parents, guardians, students, college counselors, and college representatives. Viva Cristo Rey!
All right, great. So first up, we will have Eastern Michigan University.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and pull up a presentation for you. My name is Misty Sparrow. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions Visits and Events. So really happy to be here chatting with you about Eastern Michigan University. Just some general information for you all as we get started today. We are a mid-sized institution located in Ypsilanti, Michigan. In Michigan, we like to use the hand for a map, so we're here location-wise. We have about 14,000 that attend EMU. So oftentimes it's a really nice transition coming from high school where you don't have to worry about being in huge, large lectures. In fact, almost 90% of our classes cap at 30 students or less. EMU really offers a diverse education for our students here on campus. So on your screen, you should be able to see some of the statistics from our incoming freshman class this past year. To give you a geographic breakdown, a majority of our students do join us from our state of Michigan, with about 5% of students joining us from our neighboring state of Ohio, 4% of students from the rest of the US, and then actually 3% of our incoming class this past year identified as international students on our campus. So we continue to have one of the most diverse campuses within the state of Michigan. We have all 50 states and 83 different countries represented on our campus. And then just a quick overview for our incoming freshman students. The average student applying to Eastern has a 3.37 GPA. And we also have a 1040 on the SAT when it comes to your average test scores. Now we'll talk about admissions in just a couple slides, but we are test optional just to answer some of your questions. I like to briefly just go over the cost of attendance here. So you can see on your screen now the breakdown for our cost of tuition and then also our housing and food. First thing to note, we do not have any out-of-state fees for all of our undergraduate students. So any student can apply to Eastern and you'd be paying for the same rate of tuition if you're a domestic undergrad student. The block tuition cost that you see at the top of your screen, $15,310, will cover the cost of attendance for fall and winter semesters for anywhere between 24 to 32 credits. By applying to Eastern, you'll be considered for one of the many different scholarships that we have on the screen here. I'll go ahead and put a link in the chat so you all can access that after the presentation is over for me. Just by applying to Eastern, you'll be considered for these scholarships here. The Emerald Scholarship is a merit-based award up to $8,000, and then our Eastern Tuition Advantage is our full tuition scholarship model for our students. Just to briefly go over our academic programs here at EMU, we have over 200 majors across 5 different academic colleges. Our largest college is our College of Arts and Sciences, but we've done lots of updates across campus. Most recently, our Game Above College of Engineering and Technology has been ranked by the U.S. World News Today, which we're really excited about, but also they've undergone a huge renovation over the last few years, so it's a beautiful time to think about going into our engineering programs here at EMU. You can see a breakdown of our programs on our website, emish.edu/degrees, which is listed there at the top of the screen. Just talking briefly about life on campus, we have 11 different residence halls for students to choose from, and we have actually undergone over $200 million in renovations here at Eastern. So we have a lot of different options for our students. Our requirement for incoming freshmen is if you live within 50 miles of campus, you have the option to be a commuter or to live on our residence halls. But if you do plan to live on campus, just know that all of our housing options have been updated over the last year, and we're actually building 2 new halls on campus right now. And then finally, just to wrap up today, I want to talk a little bit about next steps for students that might be interested in applying to Eastern. Applying to Eastern is very easy. In fact, this month is Michigan College Application Month, so many of our participating institutions offer some sort of waiver for your application fee. On the website, you should see our application link, emish.edu/select scholars, or you can use the fee waiver code such as TOR to waive your application fee today. We are test optional, as I mentioned on the first slide, so all you need to complete your application are your high school transcripts, and you're welcome to send over any dual enrollment, college transcripts that you may have, as well as any AP scores if you'd like that for consideration. Your next step after application is to submit your FAFSA. I'm sure you'll hear more about this during the session later tonight, but as you know, the FAFSA is now going to be available in December for students to start filling out. We've provided our school code for you on the screen there. And then if you're curious to know about what kind of scholarships you're eligible for, feel free to text our number there on the screen. You can take a snapshot of the picture. That will just give you an idea of what kind of Emerald Scholarship you'll be eligible for even before applying to EMU. The last thing I want to pull up for you is just our contact information. I know it says for the tour, just ignore that part. I know you're at home today. But if you want to get in touch with us, we're really happy to answer any questions that you have. I'm also going to provide my name and email in the chat too. We are always happy to be a representation and answer any questions that you have about your college going process or EMU in general. Thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of the sessions. Thank you so much.
There it goes. All right, next up we have University of Detroit Mercy.
Hi everyone, I will be screen sharing my screen for a short presentation. Okay, so we are the University of Detroit Mercy. We are located in Detroit, about 10 minutes from downtown Detroit, where all the big shows and concerts and sports games happen. A few weeks ago, we got ranked number 2 college in Michigan and number 52 best college in the US by the Wall Street Journal. So life beyond the books. I know college is about mostly academics, but students like to have fun and join different things. We have over 70 student clubs, 11 fraternities and sororities, 17 athletic teams, and we are a D1 school. Even though we are a smaller school, we only have about 5,300 students, and 3,000 of those are undergrad. So it is pretty impressive, and we like to share that we are a Division I school. So housing and dining, we have 6 residence halls on campus. Freshmen all live in 1 residence hall, and upperclassmen live in the remaining 5. We have 4 dining locations in which they are spread out all over campus. We have over 100 academic programs. Our most popular programs are law. We have our own law school, dental, nursing, and architecture. So some of our students get paired up with these businesses and brands to pursue degrees after college. We work with LECOM, which is the biggest osteopathic medicine in the country. So we have exceptional rates for passing the NCLEX, which is the nursing exam that nursing students take, the accounting exam, the CPA exam. We have actually the highest rate in the US, and we have the second highest rate in Michigan for the bar exam, which is the law exam. So in order to apply, if you're interested, we will need 3 things: your high school transcript, your letter of recommendation, and your essay. We are test optional. Our only program that requires SAT or ACT scores is our 5-year PA program, which is highly competitive, but we are test optional, so you can share your scores if you want to, and you don't have to if you do not want to. Our scholarships are pretty unique as we apply all scholarships to you. You do not have to apply for any scholarships. Our main scholarship is our biggest merit scholarship, which is $16,000 per year, split into 2 semesters. And all these merit scholarships are based on GPA. So if you have like a 3.5 to 4.0, you'll get the highest one, and then it goes slightly down to $12,000 per year. We also highly encourage our students to apply for financial aid, which will open up in December. So this is an example of the tuition breakdown. So we are $32,000 per year. These first 4 are from financial aid, the Pell Grants and the Michigan Grants. And then this is our Ignatian Award, and this is our Visit Grant. So with all of that, a lot of our students do end up having little to no tuition, but it is case-by-case basis. Some deadlines, early action deadline is November 1st. This is universal. You'll probably be hearing this a little bit more. And the scholarship priority deadline is December 1st. And if you would like to come see us, you can come to Visit Day, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. It's on a Saturday. And Titan Fair Day is a unique Detroit Mercy experience where students can come in and shadow a University of Detroit Mercy student that is preferably for your own major. You spend the day with them, you go to a couple classes with them, you go to the dining halls with them, and you even have the opportunity to spend the night. So if you're interested in that, those will be happening for a month, and I can send links for some more information on both of these. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have University of Michigan.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Ava. I'm an admissions counselor at the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the University of Michigan. I think you can see my screen. I'll tell you a little bit about this school of about 33,000 undergraduate students. We are a Big Ten school. Let me just click here and tell you a little about where we're located. We are in Ann Arbor, which is a pretty highly rated, amazing city to live in. I always say it has big city appeal in a small city setting. If you want to take a peek at where our students come from, they come from every single state in this nation and more than 100 countries around the world. And then we have students from every single county in the state of Michigan. We're really proud of our geographic diversity, but also our diverse in a lot of other ways. We have 14% of our students who are first generation, 17% who identify as members of the LGBTQIA community, and about 20% of our students who are Pell Grant recipients. So we like to be proud of our students who come to us, and why they come to us is because we are so highly rated in so many areas. Just to give you a sense of some of the numbers here, but probably more importantly, we're pretty interdisciplinary. So we really encourage students to pursue all of the things that they want to study. You're not necessarily limited by what you choose to apply to on your common application. And just so you know, if you do decide to switch your majors, that's a lot of our students will do that. And they're pretty confident to do that because 70% of our majors are rated in the top 10 in the nation, and 20% of them are rated in the top 20 in the nation. So you know that you'll be learning with and studying with what we like to say, the leaders and best. But also we know that that jump from high school to college can be a little bit challenging. So we do have a commitment that we're making to our first year students to make sure to make that large campus feel just a little bit smaller with some of these initiatives that you see here. Just to give you a sense of my favorite thing about making Michigan feel a little bit more like home from day one is we do have some learning communities that are available for our first year students and second year students. They are based around academic ideas and they're housed within residence halls. So for example, if you were a part of the Living Arts Engine, you might be an engineering student or an arts student. And they work together. They have some mini courses they take. They live together. They do social events together. And they have projects they work on. So there are living learning communities and also theme-based communities based around ideas like first generation and sustainable living. So definitely check those out as a way to make a big campus feel a little smaller. So our university is actually comprised of 19 schools and colleges. You're looking at the 8 here that you can apply to directly out of high school. Just quickly, College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, college, which is where you can take, we have 3,000 courses every semester in LSA, anything in the humanities umbrella. College of Engineering, the Nursing School, the School of Kinesiology, which is the study of movement science. Our School of Education has a new leadership program this year for first year students. And then our talent-based schools are the School of Art and Design, School of Music, Theater, and Dance, and the College of Architecture. And urban planning. So these are things you can apply to. I do want to note that we do have upper level programs. So if you're wondering, if you've heard about our, Ross School of Business or our School of Public Health, these are available to our students to apply to once they're on campus, usually at the end of their first or second year when they get more concentrated in their studies as an upper level student. I do want to note, if you are applying to the Ross School of Business, it's a little bit of a tricky, I would say it just requires a little bit of extra navigation. So definitely do your research on the process for this, or you can always email your admissions counselor, which I'll talk about at the end, to get a little more information. Also, computer science. I know I had mentioned before that you can switch majors and kind of jump around, but computer science is the most popular thing you can study on almost any college campus right now. So that is one where you would want to apply to that on your common application. Just to make a note of it, it's called advanced selection. So I'm speaking pretty quickly, but I do want to make sure that you're thinking about what you have on your transcript for the school that you want to apply to. I always tell people to take a quick photo of this and just check their transcript to see that they have, the curriculum requirements that they would need on their high school transcript to apply to each of the schools. And to give you a sense of what we look for when we're reviewing applications, we do have 3 academic factors that you can see here. And there's just some statistics so that you can kind of take a quick peek. The average GPA of a 3.9 is the average of our admitted students, but there is no minimum to apply because we're looking at so many other factors. I said there were 6 factors, so GPA is just one of them. The other thing I'd like to share with you is the qualitative factors that we really love when we're reading applications, learning about your extracurriculars. There's 1 required letter of recommendation, and we do have 3 essays. 1 is the common application essay, and 2 are Michigan specific essays. So keep that in mind as you're working towards your application deadline. And for us, our application deadline, as you can see here, we encourage students to apply early action, which is November 1st. So all of your materials would need to be in by that deadline, and then you would receive your decision back from us by the end of January. Of course, you can always file under the regular decision deadline of February 1st, and you would receive your decision by the end of April. Just to highlight what everybody's been talking about, those financial aid deadlines, we do have the Go Blue guarantee. We're really proud of it for our Michigan residents. It makes our tuition even more manageable. So definitely check it out. It's called the Go Blue guarantee. And I do want to also note to try to encourage you to apply by that early action deadline. There is an option if you apply early action to have your application postponed, which means that you are qualified, but we're just going to move your application over to our regular decision deadline pool and ask you for your senior year first semester grades and a letter of continued interest. We had many students who were admitted after being postponed. So that's available only for that early action deadline, another bonus if you apply early. And just to give you a sense of what student life is like, we have more than 1,600 student organizations on campus, anything from mental health organizations. These are all student run, social justice, entrepreneurship, engineering, lots of fun things to do too on campus. So definitely a great thing to check out. Is another great way to make a big campus feel smaller. And of course, attending these Big Ten athletic events, of our 27 NCAA teams, you get to see just amazing talent. Just grab a few friends from your residence hall, pop down the road, and just take a little break with your friends and cheer on your fellow Wolverines. We're really proud of our alumni network, which is almost 660,000 strong. You know that you get a lot of support when you are working on preparing to get a job through all of the career centers that we have. For each of our schools has their own career center. And just encourage you to come visit us on campus if you can. If not, we have virtual resources, the student blogs. I'm going to put links to those in our chat. The student blogs are amazing. If you get a chance to hear what Michigan students say about their experience, I think they speak more loudly than just about any website possibly could. So I'll put some of those links in the chat. Please connect with us. And just to give you my information, if you would like it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Holy Cross College.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anna Hurt. I'm an admissions counselor from Holy Cross College. I don't have a whole slideshow to present, but I do have a couple things I will share my screen for. So thank you all for being here. Holy Cross is really proud to be a Cristo Rey partner school, and speaking personally from my admissions traveling already, I love the Cristo Rey students. So I'm going to go over a little bit what we call our core four on campus, which is our, the 4 ways we hope to grow our students by the time they've graduated Holy Cross. And then I'll give a little overview of the application process, and then I'll finish up. So we really, at Holy Cross, we're interested in forming the holistic student. We are a Catholic university, and we're a small one at that. We're undergrad population is only about 500. So what you're looking at is really small classes, lots of academic support. But on the flip side, we are in a tri-campus community with 2 other wonderful universities, the University of Notre Dame and St. Mary's College, who you'll hear from in a second. But that really makes up, we're part of a really unique situation there where we are a small school, but we have these connections and ties to these 2 other schools that are right across the street and right next to us that can give the feel of being at a bigger campus as well. So with our core 4, we're trying to grow you as a student, as a scholar, as a citizen, as a leader, and a disciple. Holy Cross is a liberal arts school, and I'm going to share real quick my screen so that you can get an idea of what kind of majors and minors we offer here at Holy Cross. And so this is a list of our majors and minors. We are a liberal arts school, so there's only 1 college, but we do offer a wide variety of majors. Some of our most popular being biology, business, politics and public service, and elementary education. We have really great supportive professors and academic advisors who are there throughout your academic process. Since we are such a small school, we never have lecture type classes. You're always going to know your professor. They're never taught by a TA. The average class size is about 15 students. But they can get even smaller than that as you continue to explore your major and your pathway. In addition to our fantastic opportunities in terms of majors and minors, we also have some really great connections with other universities in what are called graduate pathways. And these programs are spots that Holy Cross has saved in master's programs at other schools, where if you indicate interest and you have good academic standing, you have a guaranteed spot in these master's programs after you finish your undergrad at Holy Cross, which is just a fantastic opportunity. A lot of these programs are actually business and other kind of science masters from the University of Notre Dame, which are competitive programs. We also have some great connections with the St. Mary's College, especially in nursing, which are great opportunities to take part in. At Holy Cross, we also want to make sure you're growing as a citizen. And we do this by placing, because of our Catholic identity, we really want to place a large amount of focus on service. Every student takes a class in their sophomore year where they're doing 2 hours of service a week in the local community of South Bend, where we're located. And it really helps grow all of our students in, this passion to take what they're learning at Holy Cross and to share it and do good in the world, which if that's something that interests you, this is really a great place to explore that need to give back. We also want to grow you as a global citizen. We have great opportunities studying abroad and with other global immersion trips that our students take advantage of. Great partnerships with universities in Italy, Poland, London, England, and Ireland. So really great opportunities there. At Holy Cross, we'd also like to form you as a leader. We do this in a lot of different ways. One of which is we have something that's pretty rare, which is a required internship, which means our academic advisors are going to help you find a professional internship before you graduate. Professional internships are a really great opportunity to kind of see if the field that you're in at the moment is something you're really passionate about before you don't have time to switch paths. It's also something that looks great on resumes. It can give you some really good leadership experience. And our students are always excited to get some field experience in before they graduate. We also have opportunity to be a leader in campus life. We have a lot of clubs on our own campus, but we also, our students are welcome to join the clubs at St. Mary's and Notre Dame. So across the 3 campuses, there are about 500 clubs and organizations. And in every, anything that you're interested in. And we really encourage our students to practice that leadership skills in their student government, in service clubs, all across campus. Lastly, we want to grow you as a disciple. As a Catholic institution, we're really we don't require our students to be Catholic, but we really are hoping that while you're at Holy Cross, you're thinking deeply about what you believe in, how you can grow spiritually. And so we have a really active campus ministry, men's and women's ministries, retreat opportunities. We also have a lot of opportunities to attend Mass. And before I run out of time, I will just tell you that our application has no fees and we are test optional. We're on the Common App and we have our own application on our website, which I can link in the comments. And I'm also happy to take any questions, and you can email me, and I'll also put my email in the chat. But thank you all.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have St. Mary's College.
Alrighty, hi everybody. I'm going to just take a second to share my screen here. Okay. And let's see. Going to go ahead and present our presentation here we have today. So my name is Emma Bodwin. I am an admission counselor at St. Mary's College, and I work with students from our South and Southwest Chicago suburbs, the southern half of Ohio, and Florida. I'm currently in Columbus right now, and I'm very excited to share all about the St. Mary's community. I'm an alum, so St. Mary's is very close to my heart, and I can't wait to tell you more about what we have on our campus. So a little bit of background about St. Mary's. We were founded in 1844 by the Sisters of the Holy Cross. And so that's 179 years of being in Northwest Indiana. And a lot has changed since then. But one thing that really hasn't changed is part of our mission, which is, in the words of Sister Madaleva, who is one of our past presidents, that we promise our students discovery of themselves, discovery of the universe, and their place in it. And a little bit of an overview of our student body. So we have about 1,600 undergrad students at St. Mary's, so a smaller size school. We have about a third from the state of Indiana, but we have about 2/3 from outside of the state of Indiana and outside of the country as well. We have 40 different states and territories represented and 12 different countries represented in our student population. And we have 22% of our student body, which is students of color, and 29% of our students are first generation as well. A little bit about academics at St. Mary's. As a smaller school, we really prioritize the individualized education experience that you receive. So that looks like a couple different things in the classrooms. Got nice small class sizes, discussion-based often. It's shown that women learn best in discussion-based environments. So we do a lot of discussion. And we have wonderful professors who teach all of our classes. All of our classes are taught by professors, not TAs. So you're getting the info from the experts, and these professors end up, knowing all the students' names, their interests, their plans for the future. So really nice to have these mentors and cheerleaders kind of that the professors become for our students to help them through their time at St. Mary's and also post-grad. Another really exciting thing we have coming up next year is called our Avenue Experience, which is going to be, one part of it is going to be a whole team of advisors that will work with our students, which include a career advisor, the major advisor, and an alumni person on their team as well, to create this roadmap for the students with their interests on campus, and then also their interests going forward into postgrad. We have 60 different academic programs that our students can choose from. Some of our most popular ones are nursing, education, business, biology, psychology. We also have a couple accelerated programs. We have a 3+1 social work program, a 4+1 speech language pathology program, and a 4+1 data science program. So those are just a couple of the majors to highlight today. And then we also have a lot of research. Our students do lots of research between their senior comprehensive project, which they do before they graduate, and they also have opportunities to do additional research during the school year or over the summer if they're interested. One of the great things about St. Mary's is not only do we have all the wonderful things going on our campus, but we also have our tri-campus community with Holy Cross, thanks to our Holy Cross presenter that just talked. And we also have the University of Notre Dame across the street. So we've got a lot of crossovers that happen between our three schools. It's a really unique experience. So academic crossovers, one of the most popular ones is our dual degree engineering program that's offered to our students. We also have 4 business master's programs that our students can receive advanced admission into over at the Mendoza Business School at Notre Dame. So that's another really exciting opportunity academically. And then the most common crossovers that we see are definitely with clubs and organizations and other social events. So we've got 510 different clubs and organizations that our students can be a part of in the tri-campus community. And then also other fun things like going to the football, basketball, or hockey games or other sports over at Notre Dame with the D1 school across the street. A little bit about our admission process. So we have 2 timelines. Early decision, different than early action. That's a binding agreement for early decision. So November 15th is the application deadline for that one. And then February 1st is the deposit deadline. And then we have regular decision. Students can submit their application anytime up to February 15th. They'll hear back about 2 to 4 weeks after they've completed their application and have until May 1st to make their deposit. And while we're looking at your application, we are test and essay optional, two important things to note about us. If the students want to submit those, they can, and we will look at all of those things in addition to grades, leadership and activities, letters of recommendation. We really truly do a holistic approach to our applications. I can personally attest that we are reading all these applications top to bottom, front to back. So we're looking for students who are very involved and are really going to succeed while they're here on campus with us. And then financial aid is a big consideration for college. A great thing about St. Mary's is that 100% of our incoming students receive a merit scholarship. This year, that's between $24,000 and $36,000. So, and that's renewable for all 4 years that you're on campus with us, which is awesome. We also have a very unique opportunity for students from Cristo Rey schools called the Wilson Scholarship. And there's no additional paperwork or anything needed for that other than FAFSA. And that can help cover pretty much all the costs of being on campus when you're adding merit scholarship and grants and loans and all of that. So that's really awesome. Just wanted to highlight that for our students from Cristo Rey schools here at the Cristo Rey event. And that's a little bit about St. Mary's. I'll throw some things in the chat, but this is our general contact info, our phone number and our email. And we have a lot of info on our website, and I'll make sure to throw a couple things down in the chat as well. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have DePauw University.
Okay, I am going to share my screen. But hello, everyone. My name's Ashley Hardy, and I am the Assistant Vice President for Admission and Dean of Admission here at DePauw. And I am so excited to be here with you all this evening. A little bit about DePauw. We are located in Greencastle, Indiana, which is about 45 minutes west of Indianapolis. And we are a smaller institution, and we have about 1,800 students total. So our average class size is about 17 students with a 10-to-1 faculty ratio. One of the things that I do want to highlight about DePauw is that we are a liberal arts institution. We are, according to U.S. News and World Report, we are a top 50 national liberal arts college and the #1 liberal arts college here in Indiana. And when we say liberal arts, we mean that we focus on students being well-rounded. So we want our students to take a variety of different courses outside of their major. We also want our students to have the ability to explore. So we want our students and ensure that they can take a course just because it interests them. And then we also focus on that hands-on learning. So whether that's research, study abroad, clinicals, we want our students doing things outside the classroom to help supplement what they're learning inside the classroom. And I will speak a little bit more about academics, but one of the things that we were really excited about is we were voted on by our peers as an innovative school because of how we approach academics at DePauw. And one of the things that we are really well known for is study abroad. So we are currently ranked 3rd in the country in terms of sending undergrad students overseas. One important thing to know about DePauw is that we are a 100% residential campus. So that means that our students live on campus all 4 years. So at DePauw, we have residence halls, there are houses, apartments, and then a lot of our students are involved in Greek life. So we do have Greek houses available for students as well. And then we are pulling students from across the world. So one of the great things about DePauw is that once our students are graduated, they are not concentrated in one area. They are going everywhere. So it's really easy for us to connect our current students to alumni that just across the globe. At DePauw, we have a 3-school model. So we have the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, we have a School of Business and Leadership, and then we also have the Creative School. One of the things that is a little unique about DePauw is that students are admitted to the university. And after that, students don't have to apply to additional areas. So our philosophy is that if we admit a student, they are able to study anything and do anything here at DePauw. This slide lists all of our academic areas of study, but some of our most popular areas of study include computer science, biology. We have a lot of students that are pre-med, and 90% of our students that apply to medical school are admitted. Economics is popular, psychology and kinesiology are also popular majors. And then we see a lot of students that are interested in law school, and 80% of our students that are applying to law school are admitted. But students don't have to declare their major at DePauw until their sophomore year. And it really is easy for students to tailor their education. The independent interdisciplinary major, that is essentially a create your own major that we offer here at DePauw as well. So when we say that we want students to come in and really explore different areas, we want students to find their passions here, and they do have the opportunity to create those different majors of what they're actually interested in seeing. As far as some of the activities that our students are involved in, we have over 100 different clubs here on campus. And DePauw, as far as athletics, we are a Division III school, so about a third of our students participate in varsity athletics. And then DePauw does have Greek life, so we do have fraternities and sororities. And then we have over 200 different productions on campus a year. So that includes musical productions, theater, and we also have a lot of guest speakers on campus. And then one of the things that I think our students feel immediately when they step onto campus is we just have a lot of tradition here on campus as well. I want to just kind of highlight some of the big points about DePauw and what I would like for students to know. We have a really strong alumni network, and that is one of the most unique things about DePauw. Our alumni are involved with students throughout their 4 years. So they're not just helping our students get jobs, they're doing job shadowing, they're mentoring, and then our alumni are very generous, not only with their time, but also with their money. So they do donate a lot of money that allows us to give scholarships to students. And for Cristo Rey Network students that are admitted to DePauw, we guarantee that 90 to 100% of a student's financial need will be met here. If you are interested in visiting campus, we would love to have you here. So this QR code will show you our visit availability as well as allow you to register for a visit. But as far as our admissions process, we have a holistic approach. We have the Common App, our own application, the Coalition app, which are ways that students can apply. DePauw is a test optional institution, and we listed here some of the other things that we look at. But as far as averages, our average admitted student GPA is a 3.9. And then for the SAT, our middle 50% is an 1140 to a 1360. And for the ACT, a 24 to a 31. We truly enjoy working with Cristo Rey Network students. So I hope I get the opportunity to engage with you all further. But we would love to have you on campus, and we do provide travel assistance for Cristo Rey Network students as well. So I will put my information in the chat in case anyone has any questions, but I will leave you with DePauw is a really great place if you are really looking to explore and to become a leader.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to ask all of the facilitators, all of the reps here to turn their camera on. And we're going to go in the same order, and we don't have a lot of time. So we're going to go kind of fast here. And you're going to tell us, and I can put it up on the screen real quick. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Awesome. So again, Misty from EMU, the advice that I would give to a student is always to ask questions. This is a really confusing process and so many schools have different things. So always advise reaching out to the school because we are always happy to answer those questions for you to help you navigate this confusing process. So
Hi again, this is Hala from University of Detroit Mercy. Some advice I would give, personally, I'm a recent graduate. I graduated in May from college. So I would advise you to visit the schools that you're interested in because you typically end up going where you feel the most at home.
Hi everyone, it's Ava from the University of Michigan, and I would suggest as you're thinking about applying to college, to just give yourself some room to grow and change. You're not the same person now that you were 2 years ago. You have different interests, different probably friendship circles. So try to find a college that will give you that space and that room to grow into whatever it is that you decide that you want to be.
Hi, this is Anna from Holy Cross College. My advice would be that not everything like that will work for you will work for your friend. Everybody needs a different thing out of a college, and so just really consider that, what really is going to work for you, and then like Hala said, visit if you can. It really helps.
Hello, Ashley.
Oh,
Sorry.
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 No, you're good. Emma Vodwin again from St. Mary's College. My advice would just be to be yourself, especially when you're writing essays and getting into your college experience. This is all about your own track for your life, your discovery of what you want to be doing. And so it's important to just be who you are and tell us all about the different things that are interesting to you.
Hello again, Ashley Hardy from DePauw. My advice is to apply early. In my role, I am normally reviewing students for scholarships, and each year I have a student that applies in the springtime that had they applied earlier in the fall, we would have given them a full tuition for. So I always say get your application into the schools that you're interested in as soon as possible so that you can be considered for scholarships. Because while a lot of the admission deadlines may be later, scholarship deadlines tend to be earlier in the process.
Okay, perfect. Great advice. My last plug for everyone that's here is reach out to these folks because they are the experts and they're here to help guide you to find the right fit for you. So if you have questions, please reach out to these folks. Thank you so much for being here. If you're going to be at our other sessions, awesome. Glad to have you. Otherwise, thank you again for joining us. You can sign up for more sessions and there is a recording available and this will be posted to YouTube. Have a great one.